Well, hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Noe. In this video, the greatest triumph over all of mankind, doesn't matter who you are, was convincing the people Satan doesn't exist. There is no evil. What do you mean, evil? So some people do bad things. There's a million different things that they use today. But the truth of the matter is, that old saying is the greatest triumph Satan had over the people was convincing them that he does not exist. But you see, this is how today, what is going on in our society, why it's playing out the way it's playing out, is because of what they've done. Nobody but nobody will tell you, oh, yeah, they got me to think like this, but now I think like this. That runs into a lot of problems. The people have been so conditioned to today that they have a small percentage of people. Any country, it doesn't matter. In America, they claim we have, 330. Then you hear 320. Then you hear 340. Nobody knows. I can show you hundreds of people who never filled out anything in the 2020 census. There's reports coming out now that there's major discrepancies. Now, automatically, of course, they fibbed about the numbers. And there's many reasons behind why they did it. The point I'm getting at is that now, okay, they did this, so nothing that comes out of that agency ever again will ever be believed. It's all a lie. Everything is a lie. While this group over here that is being overlooked by the first group is the 3 to 5% of a certain demographic. A demographic is from this age to this age. And they believe everything they are told. Everything. So those are the ones everybody focuses on. Everybody, by I mean the ones that fib to you. There's always an alternative motive. Never look at the action that they are taking and they are doing. The action is in words, explanations, narratives. But you must look at the effect of that action. Don't turn on analysis, media, or people that say they are alternative media. Everybody has an agenda. Very few people left on the internet today that do as I do here, some in a much larger scale. Cannot tell you they do not do this for an agenda. That's what it is. Even me, my agenda is to bring you the truth. It doesn't it's immaterial of who is doing it. That doesn't matter. What does matter is how the whole thing plays out. If you don't believe anything I tell you over here, so when you don't believe it, even when I am telling you the truth of something, you're not going to believe me. I'm telling you the truth, but you don't believe me anyway. There's a small group over there that does. But this leads to the people that don't believe the so-called experts and officials, and here's the official people that you have to listen to because they're telling you this, that, and the other thing. So you're listening to other people. You're only listening to other people. But these other people, they're listening to the ones that you're not listening to because you don't trust them. So they're listening to them and they're creating their own opinion of what is going on. Oh, look, they said this, but this is what they mean. But you never look at the effect that it's having on the population, on the everyday economy, or layoffs, the unemployed, and everything. Okay, some stuff they're telling you the truth. Those are the true numbers. What they're lying to you about is the effect that it has. So even though they're telling you the truth of something, you're too busy calling them out, finding ways to, okay, you said 3.5% unemployment. And you're not looking at the U6 numbers. The U6 numbers are a more accurate to what is about a quarter of the true number. So this is how it works. Now the same thing has happened when it comes to the Bible. Same thing, same type of thing. Some people are telling you the truth of this is what the verse says, so you know what the verse says. Now, here's the meaning. It's taken out of context. It has got their belief structure or their interpretation, and I've been doing this for 25 years, so I'm qualified. But you've only been, looking at the Bible for, and really getting it and studying it and learning it for 6, 7. You're not mature enough in the, enough yet. But at one time, they were speaking this same way. 4, 3, 2, even a year. Their first year of preaching is what they've been trained, orchestrated, laid right out for them. This is what you do. So they go right out. They call themselves mature in the Lord because they have had guidance from those that know. So things get misconstrued. If it's one thing about the Bible and different things that people are thinking of today, the biggest problem is people say, well, God gave us free will. Now, because of everything that I had just explained with every subject and everything going on, what has happened is people are not researching it and studying it for themselves. I know a lot of people that, I've read it and this and that. Well, do you still read it, and do you still study that so that when you talk about a certain subject or something from the Bible, you're up to date in your mind and in your remembrance, because things get moved around. I'll leave it at that. So, free will. Yes, the Bible talks all about free will. And God cannot intervene into this free will. If He does, the lessons that we were taught and shown from Job, Satan wins. Even though Job had free will, God told Satan, no matter what you do to him, he will always stay true to me. He will never forsake me. He will never denounce me. So, Satan commences to destroying Job. And Job stayed faithful. In the end, God won. It did not matter what Satan did. Satan had destroyed this man completely. And he still never denounced God. So, there is the true lesson of free will. You have the freedom to do wrong, but you choose to do right. This is what the Bible teaches. And we hear that all the way up through the whole Bible. These are the lessons of when people of power or people of influence either led people right or led them wrong. What did the free will cause? There was an action that was not according to God, which should have been according to God. So there was a reaction, a punishment, a hardship, a destruction, until things are put straight again and right again. So that free will. Now, the thing is, when we come into these days today, we are in this New Testament. We are after the death of Christ. It doesn't matter how they've changed it. They've changed a lot of things on purpose, just up and changed it, and just kept saying the same thing over and over. And now today, everybody believes it. We're a constitutional republic. We are not a democracy. Daylight savings time started in November, the shortest days of the year, and the shortest time for in America of the year. Within this, the Bible, this is what they, with your free will, they manipulated it. You believe this, but you don't believe that. You can't, this ain't logical. Well, it's not logical today because you don't understand the people of yesterday. And this is what they have created to what we have today and right now, and the troubles that we're facing with people and their free will, and they're believing this and believing that, and they think, well, this is okay because I have free will, so God can't hold it against me. Well, yes, He can. Because we know that, well, no, God wouldn't quite like that. But, well, He gave me free will. No, He gave you the free will to do the right thing. Nobody said doing the right thing is ever going to be easy, because if that's one triumph that Satan has over man, is just that. He has taken that simple thing of free will. What did he use on Adam and Eve? Basically, Satan to Eve, Eve to Adam. What happened? He used their free will against him. And it's not being sexist that he did it this way than this way, but you see, the moral of that is what's happening today with the breakdown of the family system and the family unit. They don't believe in any of this because the churches don't preach that. The way to manipulate the mind is the same way the government does it. The alphabet agencies do it. So look at what people are believing today, what they're believing, what they're not believing. There's certain aspects that are clear lies and can be proven to be clear lies. But there's so much other truth that's in there that you're not seeing. Surveillance satellites, surveillance cameras. You have to understand something. There's one simple saying to this. The effect of a lie is not that it's untrue, but it's how many people you can convince that the lie is true. So how can you do that? Let me put it this way. A thief is not always a thief. Sometimes he's a moral citizen. You'd never know he was a thief. Because if any time you were around people and in public you were a thief, you stole something, you would steal something, you're going to steal something, that's what you're going to do. Society would take care of you. Society would, you're not going to be allowed in here, you're not going to be allowed here, nobody would get near you. You'd be found out. Now, what about a liar? Is a liar always a liar? No. There's many truths that can be proven, 100% proven, that what they said here is true. But it's backed up by all these lies. And it's manipulated. The truth is manipulated with all of these lies. You do not see what you see with your eyes. But you must believe what we tell you you are seeing. Now, how many people realize that 90% of a magician's trick is because he has told you what he's going to do? So you anticipate that's going to happen. And oh, guess what? Sleight of hand, and what he told you happened. And you're, wow, how did he do that? He told you he was going to do it. So with all this stuff coming out today, they have to tell you truth. So that the people that believe anything they say, they're not going to tell these people the lie. They're going to tell these people the truth. And then they will show them the statistics used. And trust me, even the statistics are manipulated in many ways. There's formulas behind it that, it's a simple check. If you will go there and you will search stories because this is what... And you go to your trusted sources that you believe what these people are telling you. Oh yeah, they're telling the truth. They always tell the truth. They're pretty truthful and this and that and blah blah blah. All kinds of stuff. Now you're only seeking what you already pretty much believe. So if there's a certain truthful analysis about this, you're not searching for that. Unemployment numbers. You would be surprised. Every classification from U1, U2, U6, the U3 numbers, the U6 numbers, the U4 numbers, the U5. Everything has different things. in the unemployment, you always notice it says non-farming. Because farmers hire people in the spring to plant, they get laid off in the summer, they get hired in the fall to harvest, prep the fields for next spring. See, so they're part-time farm help. Those aren't even counted. What's happening to farming right now? Farms are shutting down. So there's so much manipulation. There's truth, but there's also lies. The greatest triumph is getting people to believe the lie. This is evil. These are traits. It does not say the deception. God shall take away their understanding, and they shall fall for the delusion. It's not one, it's many. You're not searching. Everything that a lot of people that you say, well, no, that's not right. There is research there on their websites. They do about us, about this project, that project, what we've done here. Drug companies, internet companies, the elites. When's the last time you've actually gone to the WEF website and really looked at their mission statements and their accomplishments and their everything that the only thing they care about are the people that go there and love what they're saying. They're, utopia. No, there's only one utopia for mankind, and it's heaven. And you got to thrive your whole life to do right by Jesus Christ to get to heaven. Because if not, you will learn upon your death and upon judgment day. Upon your death you shall sleep, as Daniel was told, until judgment day. You sleep, and you will have a place in the lot. Not a parking lot, not this. In the lot. These lot of people. A gathering of one type. That's human souls. Judgment day. Then it's yay or nay. Welcome to Judgment Day. There are only two outcomes. Yay or nay. There's no in between. So, think about everything that's going on right now. Who is openly telling you, this is my opinion of what I see? But it could be something to pay attention to, because it could get worse. There are so many things that people believe right now that can be clearly proven through historical fact that they have it all wrong. But yet, they don't believe anything. This medical problem the world has been facing for the past 2.5, almost 3 years now. And the freedom of the people is no further closer restored, but further destroyed. That's the facts. So think about it. There's so many falsehoods people are following, and free will, and it's your soul, man. It's your soul. I do what's best for my soul What do I know that God has asked of me to do? Take care of my family, which is my wife and my 2 boys. And this is what, and I guide them in the best way I can. They do have their free will. But me as a father to them, their earthly father, it is my duty to intervene with their free will. But the Father that is in heaven cannot. He leaves it up to us. It's our job. But you have to know the truth. You have to stop listening. Don't even listen to me. Look, go through it. Search everything about free will within the Bible. And when you look back through, there's so many incidences. The story of Daniel, the story of even the apostles, Paul, and the free will of John. John had the free will to save a lot of his troubles and turmoils. He wound up on a prison island because he just wouldn't stop. He was doing the right thing when he had the free will to do wrong, which would be to silence himself and not do what God had asked him to do, which was, here, you will sit here and you will have these visions and you will write down these things. And this is how. So there's your free will when you have the right to do wrong and the free will to do wrong, but you choose to do what's right. You know it's not right what this certain laws or whatever are doing, so you're going to choose to be disobedient to those dictates from those that feel they have the right to dictate your life to you. But you must be ready to deal with the consequences for doing so. I'd much rather go through the consequences of being disobedient to a simple man here on earth, and then instead of going through the punishment that God's going to give me when I went against him and was disobedient to him. I don't think I am one that God's just going to, okay, here, look, let me put you back on the right track. As he did in the Old Testament. He had to prove himself that he was real. And these people throughout the Old Testament documented that. And they documented that truth. All we have to do today is get back to it. If I tell you, and there's somebody that will listen to you, and after you research what I say and you get it right according to what the Bible says, and you bring it forth to another person, and they're listening and they're coherent to it and they want to learn it, so they get to learn it themselves, and then they take it to another person. You see, this is how it is passed. By proving it to the people so they can see it and learn it and accept it for themselves. That's their free will. We have our free will, but we must choose freely the free gift of salvation through the Son to the Father in heaven, and we shall be rewarded in such. It's your soul. That's all I can say about it, I guess. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is No Way.